What's up guys, Jeff's side here. We're doing a training video with the one and only Kai Green. We're here for the Shape U supplement distributor. We're in Germany. We filmed a little workout video today. Got a long bay right here. Have fun.
Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to make it happen. Watch out for these guys, because they're a little too sexy. Strictly for the ladies. I'm just gonna try to hang in there. The first one is a crunch. Again, I'm looking to address the totality of my rectus abdominis. So I'm looking at my pelvis, I'm looking at my trunk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch, I'm going to contract. I want to shrink the distance between these two areas by contracting my abdomen. Rectus abdominis is from the fifth intercostal cartilage all the way down to the top of my pubis symphysis. By shortening the distance between my trunk and my pelvis, the contraction is what occurs in my abdomen. Does that make sense? So we're going to start with a basic crunch. This is something that I've taken this. It's taken me halfway around the world as a competitive bodybuilding athlete will. It doesn't have to be so flashy and fancy in order to be efficient.
Mind-muscle connection.
Well, if you can apply that too, that works a lot. Next movement is a crunch, but for the use of my external obliques. So it's a stretch that, again, I'm promoting distance between the top of my thorax, my pelvis, shrinking the distance between that by a contraction that occurs in my external oblique. I'm going to do that on both sides. 19, 20, other side. This is the extra sensual feeling for the contraction.
Feel it, okay.
Stretch. Squeeze. One. Yes. Squeeze. Two. The next movement would be, if I put my hands together, that hollowed out area in between my hands is where I want to put the tail end of my spine, the coccyx. This becomes important because I keep my heels to about 6, about an inch or so above the floor, up to the top. Now look at me now. I'm not here. I'm here. This allows me to recruit not only my lower abdominals, but also, again, the total amount of my rectus abdominis. So from the fifth intercostal cartilage all the way down to my pubis symphysis. So I'm sitting up here, it's a contraction of my abdominals down to the bottom to like 20 of those. Right through it. 20 reps. In up. 1, contraction. 2, contraction. 3, contraction. 19, 20. focus abdominals and my external glute. Then both sides. Then go back and repeat this.
Pretty much no wasted movement.
No wasted movement.
Exactly. Tension the entire time. I like it. Thanks.
Stretch and contract. 1. Stretch. Contract. 2. 3. 4. 18, 19, 20, other side. I take this contraction and I keep this. I ride the contraction all the way up to just where my scapula is, my traps, rear delts, and so I reach forward, and I still make command of my muscles as I come up and squeeze. So I have my hand behind my neck. But very simply what I'm doing is I'm squeezing my spinal rectus and my glutes on the top of my hamstring. That's 1, 2, 3. Alright, I just go into these little stretches that really help me. That's why it's a child's pose. Always trying to open up my lats. I'm thinking about my lower back. I'm thinking about opening up my ankles.
So you stretch like this every before a workout, guy?
Every training session I have to. Now, mind you, when I was younger, I used to take for granted the significance of this. And because I was younger, I thought, oh, well, you know, I'll come in, I'm strong, so I'll start squatting with 315 for 20 reps. No warm-up, no nothing. And didn't realize the damage, the risk that I put myself in unnecessarily. You know, a lot of times what happens is people end up getting hurt before they end up really actually learning how to train more effectively.
And then once you're injured,
and once
lifetime.
Exactly. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney said, he credited his bodybuilding success due largely to his ability to remain injury-free for as long as he did. You know, injuries can get in the way and they can set you back, you know, from what would otherwise be progressive development. So we want to always be able to progress, you know, and move in a direction that's positive. And sometimes, in order to do that, it's detrimental to work against ourselves. So I'm not trying to get injured. And because I train doesn't mean that I have to get injured. You know, I just need to be a little bit more aware and do it from a place that's.
In the split,
I used to. I used to. Your full training. This is your warm up. This is your primer. This is like a
body war pretty much.
Yes. Like a primer will, before they start to paint, you know, you got to prime their surface first. You know, you got to put the gesso on the canvas. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what this is. Does that make any sense?
I got you. That makes total sense. Yeah.
Sometimes what happens is the more likely you are to have developed some good basics and good foundation stuff, which is like what I'm trying to share with you right now, the more likely it is that instead of having to stand here and do this, you can actually fire and recruit the right muscles when doing a big exercise in order to do your bent over lateral. Your bent over lateral again is going to speak to infraspinatus. It's going to speak to the supraspinatus. It's going to speak to the muscles at the rear cap of your rotator cuff. Just as when you do your external lateral rotation, which is a side lateral and even a front raise, those things will start to speak to the supraspinatus and the weaker link in your rotator cuff construction. So that's one of the reasons why naturally, in the beginning of my training routine, like with the warm-up like this, I do the pull-ups and dips. I go over and I do the bent over laterals with my pull downs and my side laterals. I'll do a set of front raises with external rotation on my delts, as well as an upright row. Now, when my warm-up is done, believe it or not, I've done some things that have a positive impact on my shoulder joint.
Yeah, you stimulated those areas.
So now if I'm going to do arms, if I'm going to do back, if I'm going to do chest, if I'm going to do, I can do that. I can proceed comfortably, knowing that some of the...
You're warmed up, ready to go.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Great for battle, yeah, I got you. Do you go by reps and stuff, or you more by feel and how you feel at the end of the set? Go to failure, or what's your personal take on that?
Actually, for this is a warm-up, so I'm usually going to try to pump blood into opposing muscle groups. Okay. Believe it or not, when we're doing pull-ups, we start talking about back, shoulders, but your biceps and forearms will give out before your back does.
Yeah, that's right.
And so what happens is, long before they even become taxed on the pull-up, these things start working.
Yeah.
I saw the difference in my physique, my package, at different times at the Olympia. The year before, I remember doing pull-ups and dips very, very regularly. In fact, every day. More importantly than the improvements in my back, my arms.
The arms and forearms, yeah.
So I realized that even though the standard, traditional thinking was pull-ups for my back, to address my, the upper part of your shoulder, the benefit, the payoff to me was actually filling out
the secondary muscles.
The secondary muscles, yeah. So, you know what I started doing was, I gotta go back to that. I didn't realize how much those muscle groups come into play.
Yeah. And
they're the ones that are getting fatigued long before anything else gets tapped. But the benefit was, in certain poses, I was more impressive. So, as a person that's sitting down, organizing my routine, thinking about how I can progressively become better and present a better package for the following year, I realized some things I have to put back in my training. And this was one of those things to start. So, to answer your question, I think around the long with dips, you can do dips all day if you're a very heavy bench.
You're just going through the motion, yeah. But if you're actually paying attention to the muscle that you're trying to hit, that's the difference.
12s. Usually around 12s and 15s dips. And pull-ups, I found that 6s, when my pace is up, 6s are good enough for me.
Yeah.
Also being a 300-pound guy,
There's a lot more to do.
Yeah. Pull down.
Yeah.
So instead of a pronated grip, supine, and I'm pulling down. Now, believe it or not, when I pull down here, what's happening is I'm actually recruiting all the muscles of my upper back, which are the rear portion of my shoulder. So my rear delts, traps, rhomboids, and the top of my lats, I'm calling into play. My biceps may come into play a little bit, but I'm really not trying to pull with my biceps.
Exactly. All focusing on the back.
Right.
So are you gonna go full stretch or keep tension the entire time by the back?
Well, you always want to keep tension. Always. Always.
That's the most important.
Always. That is your mind's ability to keep a contraction on the muscle is how you elicit control.
Yeah.
Even in the stretch portion of the movement. You know, the thing that makes this whole thing work is your ability to focus your mind
Mind-muscle connection.
on the muscle. Yes. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Bend over lateral, pull down, side lateral. To the top. From the bottom. In your mind, you want to start to imagine being able to do that. Being able to do that means needing to be in control.
Close the eyes.
Frame. The only thing that, because what happens sometimes, we get to swimming and we move. And we get so caught up in movement.
Momentum's the enemy.
That's right. You know, getting extra momentum in there. Momentum makes up for the lack of control.
Exactly.
The lack of control means the lack of your muscle's positive response to moving that resistance. So, here we go. We're just going to take a minute and as you're doing the exercise now, think about squeezing.
Focus on that muscle. Let's go down a video of a fitness model meets bodybuilding kind of mentality. It's like different world but the same world.
Think about it, none of this complicated to make it.
No, people make it rocket science, bro. Last circuit.
Last one.
Whole life. Starts your home gym pretty much.
I was actually locked away in an institution for some time.
At 12? Just being a rebel badass and getting into trouble.
It helped a lot because, you know, at the root of this thing is self-development. Seeing the power of your focused thinking. You know, at the root of this whole thing, the thing that makes an arm go from 7 inches to 17 inches, and even 23 inches, you know, is focused concentration. Being able to take your thoughts and focus them into a razor-sharp laser beam.
It's just like get into that room, close your eyes, and just focus on that muscle as you go.
And that's
the difference. That's
with everything.
Day by day, for a long time, all this energy.
Yeah, I mean, when you do it for years and years, after a while, it's like, it's so natural. After that, it's just...
Thoughts are so much.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so we're going to throw these away, and then let's get started.
Hey, what's up guys? Jeff Side here. We're doing a training video with the one and only Kai Green. We're here for the Shape You supplement distributor. We're in Germany, filming a little workout video today. Got a long gavet right here. Have fun.
Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to make it happen. Watch out for these guys, they're a little too sexy. Strictly for the ladies. I'm just gonna try to hang in there. Raise above my chest, my head. I'm going to lower this just till I can't see it anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise it back by flexing my chest, squeezing my chest. If there were a pencil in between my chest, I'd try to break it in between my pecs. One.
And so where you hold the weight at? With your thumb or?
Two. In the palm?
In the palm.
Three. My thumbs are wrapped around the top. 4. 6, 11, 12. Next man up. Boom! Alright, there's some good pecs here. Let's get it.
It's that 3 times a week, that bro split.
2. Uh-oh. 3. 4. 5. 6. Use your pecs. 8.
Oh yeah.
9. More flex on your chest. Yeah, get out of your rib cage. Thank you. Yeah, squeeze this right there. What's up? This is right. Squeeze it back down. Squeeze again. And back down. Flex here, flex here.
Oh yeah.
Right in here. Pump it. Yep, make it explode. Make it explode. Good job. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Boom. Good job. Next man.
Yeah, it's not going all the way up. That's what I really felt it. It's that wasted movement.
Top. Let's see, let's go. 3.
Constant tension.
4. Stay here. 5. Okay. That works for you? Alright, let's go. 6. Stay here. Squeeze this. Let's go. 1.
Just go back. Once Kai like poked it, you know, you kind of really squeeze, you go, it's good. Cause you're going pretty low stretch.
Oh yeah?
You see Kai, he goes
kind of felt my back and my tricep.
Yeah, it's kind of a lat.
So what you want to do is not think about your chest. I mean, not think about your lats, your serratus. You just squeeze your chest like a reverse most muscular. Reverse most muscular, but instead of when you're down. So the contraction is always in your chest first. Chest, 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 chest. This is a very good prerequisite exercise before getting into incline bench, flat bench. Forces you to pump the blood
To increase the range.
exhaust your chest.
To get a better connection.
Yes.
What's your opinion on like targeting inner chest or certain parts of the chest? You
Well,
think you can, or
Absolutely.
hell yeah, exactly. Because it's like obviously if you try to target it, the next day it's sore. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, targeting, I think, is about thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Concentrating my thoughts on that. So in truth, so like what he's doing right now, if you're doing this and you get up and there's a pump in your thighs and your calf, the chances are
You're doing something wrong.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the third set.
Yeah.
Now this is the money set, and we're gonna move on from here. So at this point, the blood should be where we want it to be, and we should be ready to move on.
Yeah.
That's good. How are we doing that? Let's see. Let's take this. Boom. Same rules apply. Next man up.
Chalk shreds.
Uh-oh, the shirt's coming on.
Here it goes.
Okay, big sexy in the house. This is for the ladies.
Female edition.
Let's go. Chest all day, chest all day. 5, use your pecs. Make your pecs work more. Make your pecs work more. 6, that's here, stay here. Stay here. 7, flex this, flex this. Keep this. 8, flex here. Flex here, flex here. 12, flex here, flex here. All right, now let's go. Pecs all day. Pecs all day. Pecs all day. Yes. 1. Don't have to keep that head up. There you go. 2. Stay on your chest. Scoop your chest. Scoop your chest. Let's go. 3. Let's go. No tricep. Use your chest. Don't bend at the elbow. Yes. Now come up. Use your chest. Flex your chest. And bring it back down. Come up again. Flex your chest and bring it back down. 3. Flex your chest and bring it back down. Let's go. 7. Let's go. Stay here. Stay here. 8. Stay here. No tricep. Use your chest. 9. Go away. Go away. When doing this exercise, the goal is not to do this. This recruits your tricep. We don't want to do that. We want to lock this. This stays in place. What we're trying to do is move through our chest, 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 not my elbow. Elbow is tricep. You lock this in place.
Disable this, yeah. Lock and disable.
Right, lock and disable. The movement should occur through your chest. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next. These first two I give to the church. This is just a warm up. I don't really go with kilos. So I just want to make sure I don't hurt myself, overextending myself a little too much, too soon. All right, but again, basic. Very, very basic. Stretch it out the bottom. Big range of motion. I'm going to stretch this bitch.
Touch that chest.
Top the squeeze. All the way down to the bottom. Stretch. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there you go. Let's rock. Boom! Let's rock. A lot of shoulders in there. You gotta be careful with that. As you get progressively heavier, you're resisting. Your elbows out here. You put your shoulder joint in a precarious position.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. That they keep the elbows flared out. It's not target test. That's what my problem when I first started training for like the first 5 years, man. Just going through that motion. You know. But yeah, I think keeping the elbows in, even like something I've tried is like trying to bend the bar in half. And then it even like targets the chest even more. It just keeps tension on it. It's just a good thing to go for beginners, but once like you're doing it forever, it's kind of like.
Well, you know what? Because you always do better.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a gorilla. I'll be a gorilla too. Gorilla for life. All right, big sexy, let's go. Oh, don't forget to smile.
Smile for the ladies.
Good job. All right. Oh, look at this guy.
Not bad, huh? Not bad.
That's pretty slick there, pal. That's good.
All right, elbows in.
That's right.
Throw some weight on there.
Yeah, let's go. Step in the groove. Look the style now. Be the killer. Lean over in my seat. Look at the step. All right. Let's go, big sexy. Okay. 1, let's rock. 2, let's rock. 3, let's rock. 4, let's rock. Let's go. 5, let's rock. Let's go. Let's go. 6. Go. Good job. Yeah, boy. 3. Come on.
Got this?
Wait.
Oh, man. Won't let my ego get ahead of me.
Oh, big sexy. Let's rock. 3. Let's go. 4. Let's go. 5. Let's go. 6. Up. Let's go. 7. Up. Drop. Good book. I can't believe in my seat. That's double. 3. Let's rock. Big ass chest. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. I used to train a chick that can do this with 225, 315. Oh, give it to me. Short, little, strong, powerful.
I swear, man, his strength is like, some people just got it. I saw this one girl, 13-year-old, she's benching 275. 1 rep.
She was the one who was
I saw MHP, she's on MHP, yeah. The Brazilian girl, man.
I saw that.
She's got that big arms, but still, it's like, fuck, bro. I saw that shit out. Woo! It's crazy, man.
Good shot. Good shot. Yup. 15.
Let's go 15.
8, let's go. 9, let's go. 10, let's go. 11, 12. Good. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? Looking for a salad now.
Let's get it.
4.
Come on.
5. Let's rock. 6. Let's rock.
Come on.
Good job. 7. All right, throw it away. Depletion. When I was a younger man that come in the gym, I used to think, yo, I need to be able to
Gotta be the strongest guy in the gym every
time. What can I squat?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna try to squat 800 pounds every time.
New max every week.
Every week. Every training session. But, you know, you get a little older.
Yeah, you get that progressive, mature, not pretty much.
Yeah. Oh. Let's get it. 1, 2, up. Let's rock. Bang. Big set. Let's get it. Thick ass chest. Let's get it. Come on. Up. Right away. Hey, throw it away. Okay.
You got it.
Good job.
Thank you.
They kick you out for that. They'd be like, hey, what are you doing? Cannot drop the weights in here.
Yeah, douchebag. That shirtless douchebag.
Planet Fitness.
Oh, okay.
He opens it really.
Yeah, I like
Get
it.
a stretch.
Go ear by ear.
15, 12, 10.
No, rest range, not.
Oh, rest now. Usually,
Just whenever you're
just
going
as long as it takes for me and my training partners to go through the rotation.
Yeah. How long is the normal workout for you? Like 4 or 3 hours?
Usually about 2.5 hours.
Oh, really? 2?
Yeah. 2.
Okay.
efficiently and get more out of it without necessarily having to go heavier, you know, or even having to increase the reps range.
What do you like to do? Just keep the shoulders rolled back the whole time, pretty much?
And squeeze.
Squeeze, yeah.
I mean, really, it's really trying to take my bicep and my front delt out of it as much as possible, and just adjust it. I used to have a really shallow of the chest.
Yeah.
Really shallow, which is one of the things that improved in my physique significantly over the last 4 years. My career has been my chest. I used to just
focus on it.
My front delt so much that my chest was like non-existent.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I know. Same here, man. Like, I used to just go through the motion. My chest was shit, and then once I actually started hitting it, it's 2 times as big in the past year compared to like what I did for like 7 years. You know what I mean? It's so important. Going through, like, just focus on the muscle. That's what everyone doesn't do. They just go through the motion, you know what I mean? They ego lift, they pick the weight that's too much for them, and then it gets too heavy on like the 5th rep, and they just
Right.
use momentum. Yeah.
I've had some really great training partners over the years.
Yeah.
But presently, I just rarely was inspired by, you know, female bodybuilders.
What gym you train at?
I'm at a couple of gyms, but I do go up to Steve Weinberger's gym out in Steve Weinberger's gym out in Syosset.
Yeah. As you can tell, you know, it's like children back to consultation with gyms.
You know what? Truth is, the whole time you're talking to yourself and you're saying, "Can I feel that? What do I feel? What do I feel like? Can I feel it? Squeeze, here, you know." So it's a constant dialogue, you know, with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Until you find that sweet spot, and then you find it, and then it's game over. And after that, you just got it.
You know, when I trained with George, George always wants me to do. He always got me coming up and pressing at the top.
Okay.
Coming up and pressing at the top. And honestly, I do feel the difference. You know, there's something to be said for what it actually adds to the movement, you know. Little tweaks,
it's the little things, man.
will really help.
I even noticed, like, on cable crossovers, if you actually cross over, you get more of a full, like, flex. It's like, I just feel a lot more instead of stopping there. It's that full, like, complete motion there, yeah.
apply that every time to when you do it, you can just cause your upper chest to explode. And that, you know, it
make a huge difference, man. Felt that muscle coordination.
What? Okay, so we are officially.
That's it.
Done. We started with basic pullover, which helped us to put blood in our chest.
I like doing pullover first, honestly, dude, because like normally when you do it at the end, you're kind of dead and exhausted. Doing it first, you can totally focus on the chest.
It helps to pre-exhaust.
Exactly, pre-exhaust. That full stretch, yeah.
And put a lot of blood in there. Now
that's good.
That allows you to turn around and more effective. Believe it or not, it helps your movements become that much more efficient when we start talking about opening up and doing your incline barbell presses, which is what we went into from that incline barbell presses. From there we went right into flat bench. And then for flat, we finished with a basic incline dumbbell fly.
Yeah.
Usually I switch this up, like if I finished up with an incline fly this week, then next time I train chest, I would finish, I'd switch out the incline dumbbell fly and put in its place a flat dumbbell.
A flat, okay. You know, okay, you switch it up, yeah. So you only hit chest like muscle groups once a week, you're doing it twice, or?
Well, see, because of my warm-up, that's on my warm-up in the morning.
It's like a full
I get a chance to do it.
It's like good and thick right the warm-up.
You know,
exactly.
But ultimately, that's what helps keep me in good condition all year round.
Yeah, you're like functional.
It helps me keep my body fat very low, and it also helps me with my recovery time.
Okay.
You know, because if I'm able to train at a certain pace, even in my off season, then that means that my recovery time in between sets is good, which means my VO2 output is very good, which means my body's ability to work under oxygen deficiency is good. And the only way to do that is to, one, keep my cardio in all year round, and two, keep the rest time in between sets.
Yeah.
Now, by doing that,
that's stamina, yeah. I know a lot of people, they just go kind of like bear mode, and they just no cardio, they're just all about getting big.
But it don't hurt.
Exactly.
You stand that guy up next to a guy that has himself very well humbled before his discipline.
Yeah.
He's always going to be just that much more polished.
It just looks. It's a better looking physique.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Even that's why like, runners for legs are so good, because it's like it's a different kind of exercise. You know, it's just different tension.
And you're also able to stimulate more of the different fibers in the tissue. You know what I mean? You have 3 or 4 different kinds of muscle fibers, and the way to speak to the development of each of these fibers would be slight variances in your training. Believe it or not, there are slow twitch muscle fibers that respond better to, higher amounts of resistance and less reps. There are other, more oxidative muscle fibers that respond better to higher reps.
That's fucking deep, man.
It is. I swear though, it's the little things, man. That's a lot of people don't understand. They just go through the motion. But once you actually focus on the muscle and you get the little things down, it's find that sweet spot kind of thing. You know, what works for you, and that's what it is.
Which is why in my training, even though I talk about high reps, there are times when I can't do high reps. But because I've aimed for that target and got a chance to satisfy that at some other time in my training throughout the week and even in the training session, what ends up happening is I end up, by the time the week is done, I've addressed the totality of the muscle fibers that are somewhere within my body. You know what I mean? So the more oxidative tissues have already been tapped when I was doing higher reps. The tissues that are more responsive to lower rep ranges and higher resistance, they've somehow been tapped. Think about this, when I talked about doing the pull-ups earlier and opening up with 10, 12, and 15, but then getting to a place where I can only do 6. But just make sure that I hit that 6 every time. Well, that's still 6.
You're doing it. It's doing it, yeah.
And the fibers that respond to the lower rep ranges and the greater amount of resistance, those fibers are being tapped in. So technically what ends up happening is, in the totality of your training session, by the continuum of that week, you've really done something that speaks to everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That full, complete physique.
Well,
and then that's what matters at the end of the day.
Yes.
Getting that full package.
Yes.
That's right.
Is there any question I can try to answer for you or anything that
You covered a lot today. Yeah, I think it was perfect, man. This opened up my mind a lot. This is kind of mind-opening for this. I appreciate it.
Alright guys, thanks for checking in. This was for the Shape You video series. You can check the website if you want. This was a very deep session and I hope it gave you some deeper view into our lives and Kai's view about bodybuilding. And
open your world, guys. Open your perspective. There's a lot more in this industry. It's all about that mind-muscle connection, guys. You know, you got to focus on the muscle.
Well, it's definitely been my pleasure and rare opportunity to have this experience today, and I thank the both of you on camera as well as off.
Hey.
This has been very, very fruitful for me, and I got a chance to hang out with the sexy squad today.
The sexy squad.
Try to hold my own with the sexy, big sexy. So, thank you, Shape You TV.
That's right.
And until next time.
That's right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Stay shredded.